You're either going to put your feet together, get them out of the way, or you're going to basically do the splits until the ball goes through.
Timmerman
wonderful
scores.
attack.
The suspension up in the upper left. 22:55 left to play in the first half. Shot and a goal.
Creating that higher thing with their pivot set a little back. Irvine's going to run the pivot up here, try to get a person running down the middle on a nice attack. There we go.
Got that from Timmerman, goes to Darling, left wing shot.
Tired and you're running out of ideas here. It gets really hard to kind of keep the ball moving and you start to get really, really slow. These sets just help you get the ball moving in a way.
Apex without sacrificing a head or brain cells.
Well, you've got to get your hands up. That's a big one. The other one is hitting nice and
3. Left to play in regulation. Shot and a goal for Apex.
Yeah, that
has possession. Ball dropped off to Timmerman. Gascon switch with Timmerman. Timmerman dropped that off. Women's bracket looks when we get to a timeout. As Timmerman with possession, she'll shoot. Apex Irvine with the ball. This comes to Darling from Ratchetleva. Shot and a goal. Handball, as that's what passive play effectively does. Timmerman scores.
Anytime you see a wing shot called off for a foul or anything, that's usually because there was just enough contact.
Jeff Disher, Kurt Schaefer with you, as that'll come to Wolfhart. Lost possession.
Tries to go down to the pivot, Paula Baez, but can't get through.
Started to think about was actually Alien versus Predator.
Great movie.
Now that I think about it. Shot.
Ooh.
21 minutes and a nickel to go. Wyatt goes to Timmerman. Timmerman will score. That a Cal Heat or a San Diego club would, just in terms of talent, that's how new.
A little caught over on the right side. I really like that motion that they're doing there, but when you reverse it back to the other side, it really stresses the defense.
Interesting to versus what you can see on the floor as a floor general.
Well, I can see that both of these teams are trying to position themselves very carefully before they start their attack. My team, Prairie Selects, we are very fast.
Great defensive move by the Apex line.
I was just going to say, leading I Handball by 5 with 11 and a dime to go.
Benefits and weaknesses, and so really on offense, what you're trying to.
Coming up shortly, offensive foul leads to an I Handball possession.
But the Bays straight to Kathy. So in the last couple minutes, the way that I judge it, the way that a lot of people told me to judge it, 1 minute for 1 goal.
Yeah. This ball dropped off, got it to Carraro. Carraro, yep. I go 30. Yeah, actually, let me check myself. I do the same. Irvine puts this one on.
Oh, definitely.
Bring opportunities as I can in these 2 minutes.
And these, as in a hockey arena,
no.
You can score. I prefer to call it a score as you like or score at will.
Very obvious geographic basis, but one of the more interesting things about when you hear a
City inside, this comes to Andelkovic. And Apex Irvine left to right, or excuse me, right to left. Trade blows or trade goals with Apex Irvine. What can they do to system?
They are fast, they are speedy. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you can only be so mad about someone who wins, though, right? Not to discount the fact that I may or may not have just beaten NYC too. But your defensive ones to kind of deliberately crowd that middle and force the wing shot.
As Carraro gets the restart, quickly down low right wing, gets D'Souza. D'Souza to ground.